out at least just even just for 60 seconds. Just say your name and just say how I like you going so far at 15 to 20 seconds. So can we do that quickly? Starting in no order, I just want to just call on live. Olayiwola.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Wait, hold on. Easy to speak. Hold on, Olayiwola. Easy, go ahead, please. You are a bit, your volume is not, you're not audible.
Anyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. But can you please increase your voice?
Okay. My name is Caleb. I believe you can hear me clearly now, right?
Yes, better now.
Okay. I'm a student of University of Technology in Finland. I'm learner. I'm passionate about leadership. See others are Victoria. Thank you very much.
Alright, that's great. Okay, go ahead.
I'm currently Ayomide Damilari from the University of from the school Uniben, University of thing about that was also spoken in that topic is, and the quality of leader is driven by passion. He's stirred up by motivation. He has vision, and also he has a mission, which he does, that is what is carried out to actually achieve his vision. And also he has influence, that is, to be a leader you must have a certain your followers must love you, or they must listen to you. Yeah, that's the word. They must listen to you. They must give you listening ear. And another good quality of a leader is ethical. You must not be biased. You must not love some people than the other kind of favoritism. No, it shouldn't be that. Then the last one is good management and good management and government. That is, the leader must sustain a proper feedback, yes, a feedback and a kind of balance and check to enable him knows if he's actually doing the intent, the will of the followers or not. And another striking thing she also spoke about was the difference between manager and a leader. That it's possible to be a leader and be a manager, but it's never possible to be a manager and be a leader. Because when we talk of a leader now, a leader has the people in mind. That is, it ensures the people's interests are met, while a manager just try to keep and maintain the standard of the organization. That is, a manager try to focus on try to accept the stethoscope, like the way the organization just bring it out, he accept it just to sustain that system the organization wants. But when it comes to leader, he tried to challenge the stethoscope just to make sure the needs of the people are met. So I think for now, I'm met. So
Right. Thank you very much, Kai. Thank you very much for your contribution. We really appreciate that. Okay, just to ensure that everybody speak, what I'm going to do is to just call on randomly, and probably I want you to convey your thoughts in between 15 to 30 seconds, so have to allow for others to speak. So like I said, he discussed about leadership based on his understanding, and he sold some beautiful things. So just for other people to add to it and make their own respective contribution, I'm going to just call on probably 3, 4, 5 more people to say one or two on week 4. Please, can you please mute your... Okay, so let me call on Nichols.
Do you want us to speak on leadership as Ayomide has spoken on, or just less?
Yes, we are still dealing on week 4 topic, which is still on leadership. So just generally, just convey your thoughts on anything you learned about the topic or anything you want to contribute to it.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I am Olai Walapita. A student from WAFMP University. So on week 4. As a leader, you are not meant to shut up. You are meant to speak up, ask questions. Oh, why is this thing done like this? So you're not meant to just follow the pattern and just be looking. No, you are meant to ask questions. Then, as a leader, you have to put yourself out there. There is no. If you are a leader and you are kind of an introvert. Let me say, and you don't want to talk. No, you can't be a leader like that. You have to be able to put yourself out there. That is the only way you can do some of the other things we've learned, like advocacy. That is the only way you can do it. You have to be able to put yourself out there as a leader. Those are just my little comments. He has said a lot.
All right, thank you very much, Olai Walapita. Appreciate. Can I call on Ile Kana Chichibuzo? Sorry if I did not pronounce the name well. Can you just convey your thought on what you've learned about week 4 topic? Hello, Chibuzo, can you hear me? Okay. I think Chibuzo is not currently on this call. Okay, Cornelius Progress. Can you please just convey your thought on your understanding of week 4 topic?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
From week 4, I learned many things, though, but in summary, as our first speaker has summarized, in summary, things that I learned is that I want to share with us this morning is that as a leader, if you want to be a good leader, you must know that the people are the key to success. Your followers, these are the persons to success. Because as a leader, what makes you to be a leader is the followers that you have. In a situation or in a sense that you don't have followers, you can't be a leader. And as a leader, you need to articulate a clear vision. Let the vision be stated. Vision should be made plain for these people to know what they are doing and where they are heading to. And as well, these people, your followers, should be able to push them to their best. Not that they will be following you and they will be abandoned. As a leader, as when she was differentiating a manager and a leader, it was clear that a leader is always after the people, not the organization. So as a good leader, you must push people to bring out the best out of them. And as well, as a leader, you need to be a servant leader, because you must be a servant for these people to understand you more. You don't desire to be in charge of everything. You have to entrust some things to these followers so that you can bring out the best from them. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for your progress. That was very beautiful. Essentially, what Progress is saying is that as a leader, you must be people focused, you must be people centered, or let me say followers focused or follower centered. Is still related to the trait of being altruistic. That's beautiful. Thank you very much for your contribution. You've spoken of leaders not being tight. There are people that challenge the status quo. These are great contributions. Quickly, let me just call on someone else. And why I'm calling on people is that I want everyone to speak. I want the new group to everybody to speak because the essence of this mentorship program is to bring out those skills, particularly public speaking skills. So that if we leave this topic open to everyone, some people may want to hide in their shells and not speak. So we don't want that. We want everyone to be vocal enough, to be confident enough to speak. So to call on another person, Oluwatoyin Adasa, please can you just convey your thought on what you learned on week 4 topic. Please try to be as concise as possible so that we can still have more time to call on other people.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Hey, can you hear me?
You can hear clear.
Okay, week 4 lesson was very impactful. We learned about leaders. So a leader is a change agent, someone that brings about change, someone who is living by passion to bring about change wherever they find themselves. So a leader makes impact. Wherever there is a leader, you see their impact, you feel their impact. You don't only see, but you feel their impact because they bring change. Wherever they go to, they make sure their surroundings don't remain the same way it was when they got there. So they bring about change wherever they go. There are people that are living with passion, people that have mission. They have mission to change their environments, to change their surroundings everywhere, wherever they get to. Then a leader does not do the right things. A leader does not do things right. It does not do things right. The things which ought to be done, but they do the right thing. They always make sure that whatever they do the right thing. They leave legacies. They leave legacies because they know they are followers, people that they lead. There are people watching them, every of their moves, every of their actions. So they always try as much as possible to give their best, to do the best. And leaders are people oriented. They don't care about institutions. They don't care about protocols. They don't care about things that has been made, things that has been systemized. But they deal with the people. They care more about the people because they want to see the change in them. They want to know how they are impacting them. They want to know how far and how well they are following, and they are trying as much as possible to follow them. So they care more about the people. They don't care about the institutions or the protocols that are on ground. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, Mr. Mubarak. Hello, good evening, sir.
Oh, hi, good evening.
This is Joshua from the tech team.
Oh, Joshua, good evening.
Please, as you continue, please, if you're not speaking, you kindly mute yourself so we don't have bad feedback from your background, please. As moving on. Then secondly, the chat box is also open. So just touch the chat box. You can also use that to convey your ideas, since we might not have time for everyone to speak. All right. So the video will also show that you said something on the chat box. Everything is being displayed on the screen. All right. So thank you very much, Mr. Mubarak. You can continue now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joshua, for your inputs. Thank you very much. So, as you rightly said, you may want to convey your thoughts via the chat box as well. That's to indicate that you've also spoken, you've also contributed. Well, I was still going to go ahead and call in names randomly. Abonai Wakodri, can you please lead us through what you learned during the week 4 topic?
Good evening. My name is Abola Nwa Audrey. I'm an undergraduate of University of Lagos. So the week 4 topic based on leadership, I learned a lot, and I've been able to relate what was discussed during week 4 with what I see every day. Because from that session, I was able to understand that a leader is people-oriented. That is the first thing. And for you to be a leader, you must always have the people's interest at heart, which is very key, because If you do not have the interest of the people at heart, then you're not a leader. That means you're just a manager. Because a manager is only focused on how to get the things done, not considering these people doing those things, how do they feel while doing them? Leaders are change makers. They're always looking forward to challenge the status quo. Yeah. A bad leader and a good leader, they are similar, but something differentiates them. A bad leader also has followers. A bad leader also has a strong sense of command. But what differentiates a good leader and a bad leader is that a good leader is always looking for how to improve the well-being of his people, his followers, while a bad leader is just looking at getting things done for his own betterment, only for selfish interest, basically. So we also discussed about a manager and a leader. A manager is always doing things systematically, the way it has been clearly set out, while a leader is people oriented. He just wants something that will improve the well-being of his followers. That is what I learned from the week 4 lessons. And I was also able to I was also able to relate it to some other things. For those of us that watch Nigel Wild, we see these people, environmentalists, a video of a young girl talking about climate change, trying to change the the orientation of people about things that affect the climate. These people coming out there to talk about all of these things, they are also leaders. We take it or leave it. They are one way or the other that affect the environment. So by that way, they are leading that mission. Yes, they are leading that vision of better decisions that affect our climate.
Hello.
Thank you very much for following back, Audrey. I think this is Greta Thunberg, a Swedish activist and environmentalist who started advocacy for environmental sustainability right from 2018. I don't know if I'm mistaken, Audrey.
That's correct.
Chloe, were you trying to say something?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. So if you were speaking earlier, you can go ahead, please. You were speaking earlier. I could not get your name.
Good evening.
Okay, Okura Amarachi, please.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. My name is Okura Amarachi, an undergraduate at the University of Benin. Topic leadership. I really learned a lot. Things. I learned that I must not have like maybe 5 to 10 persons under me, or probably have the title of the leader before I effect a change. I can be a leader even in a small unit or even in my family. It is the ability to passionately maybe effect a change in a positive way that makes one a leader. So it's not just about the title, a leader, and makes one to be a leader. So a leader is passion driven, looks for a way to effect a change. But then in that small corner, got from the topic. Thank you.
Okura Amarachi. your contribution. In our own words, or let me just paraphrase what she said. She said, leader is a leader, regardless of the number of followers, regardless of the units you are controlling. So far, you are making a positive change, and a leader is also passion driven. Much ado, I think we should move ahead to the second topic, which is the week 5 topic, which is youth advocacy as a tool for success. So, youth advocacy as a tool for success. Let me call on Osato Divine. Can you share your thoughts on what you learned about that topic?
Good evening, everyone. Can you all hear me? Good evening, everyone.
I hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Topic of week 5, youth advocacy as a tool for success. I learned most importantly that first of all, youths are a very essential part of a nation or a society because they are the future leaders. They are the ones that, with the strength and all that, will effect the change that is needed. So from there, I learned that as a youth, I should be able to look around my society. I should be able to pick out a point or something that is crying out for change. And even as I've noticed that thing that is needed to be changed, I should be able to decide to myself and bring about that positive change. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being very concise, succinct, and also very, very powerful. Our contribution was that youth are essential and very, very integral to the success of every nation. And as a youth, we must always be on the lookout for things that we feel need to be changed and must also. Thank you very much. So let me call on John Bosco Ife. You can go ahead with your contribution on week 5 topic. Ife, with us.
Hello everyone, my name is Jumbo Ife. I'm one of the mentors, and based on the topic of being a leader, leadership is a role, is a call to serve. Leadership is not like a position you assume trying to lord it over other people. Leadership is actually another way of saying someone is a servant. Just like the Holy Book, the Bible said, in the words of Jesus, that if you want to be the greatest, you should learn to be the servant. And that was why he went ahead to wash their feet. So as a servant, what do? You have to learn the rope. You have to be like the sacrificial lamb. That's why sometimes they say a leader first goes forward, tests the waters, experiment, then comes back and then leads the followers. Imagine the life of a sheep. Normally, you notice that when a sheep crosses the road, the other sheep cross with the first one without, looking sideways. That is because they trust their leader, that their leader knows what he is doing. So if a leader doesn't do the right job of experimenting, researching, asking questions, and then leading the followers properly, he's going to put everybody into trouble. So a leader is actually a servant in many ways. Your job is to share the duties in the group or team or community, including yourself. You have a role to. It's also the job of the leader to write reports. Someone likened a leader to a manager, and how a manager cannot be a leader, but how a leader can also be a manager. That is very correct. Because sometimes, even in your workplace, you are a leader. You see those people that usually they work overtime without asking for extra pay because they just want to get the job done. I don't mean those who want to show off, who want to be noticed. I mean those people who are genuinely trying to get the job done, even going ahead to help other people in their own task. those people are the unsung heroes. They are the leaders. Even though they do not carry the label on their bodies, that is how to know a leader. A leader is someone who shows true love. How do I mean? People misquote love. Love is about care. Love is when you walk through a path and then you hit your feet against a stone. Yes, you have seen the stone, you have suffered the pain, you can actually move on. A true leader will go back and remove that stone, not because he's scared of hitting his feet again, but because he doesn't want another person to hit his feet. A leader is in the front to lead, a leader is in the back to protect, a leader is in the middle to guide. A leader is like all-rounder. He has his personal job in the team. He doesn't sit on the throne and direct people on what they should do and what they should not do. He gets his hands dirty. He folds his sleeves. He also does the work while taking time to look at what other people are doing, organizing, guiding them, giving suggestions to make sure everything goes on well. Finally, a leader is not he doesn't exercise a lot of veto power authority. He seeks the suggestions of everyone, carries everybody along. A leader is that person who understands everybody in the team. He knows the fast guy, he knows the slow guy, he knows the honest guy, he knows the liar, he knows everybody, he knows the strength, the weakness, and then when he wants to give his ideas, his instructions, he knows how to do it. Finally, everybody is a leader. Only problem we have in leadership responsibilities. But everyone is a leader. Once you are born, you have responsibilities. Sometimes, even if you are bedridden, you are very sick, you can actually make someone around you still happy. Everybody is a leader, but some people shy away from their responsibilities. Final question. As a leader that you are you willing to take up responsibility, or would you like to shy away from your responsibilities like some other people? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. John Bosco Ife, for your superb contribution. Mr. John Bosco Ife made us know that everyone is a leader, but just that some people shy away from responsibility. And in urging us today that we should ensure that we as leaders, we should always step up to take up some responsibility and charge ourselves to effect some change rather than shying from responsibility. Thank you very much, Mr. John Bosco Ife. We really appreciate your presence here, and we really also appreciate your contribution. Moving ahead, let me call on Philomena Okafor to share a contribution on week 5 topic. Good evening, we can hear you.
This opportunity. Like you said, my name is Philomena Okafor, a graduate from University. Talking about a week 5 topic, advocacy. First,
hello, Philomena.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can barely hear you, ma.
Okay. I said, speaking on the 5th week topic, youth advocacy. The first striking word I got is that no voice is too soft if that voice speaks for others. That statement alone has defined youth advocacy or advocacy. When you talk about advocacy, you're talking about one standing out as either an individual or a group to ensure that change happens. We have the importance of advocacy. Of course, anyone who needs change, there must be somebody who will take the lead, just as we've talked about leadership. Anyone who has passion on an issue and wants a change can be termed to be an advocate. Every great dream, we say, begins with a dreamer, and that dreamer is the advocate. Advocacy can take place at every point in time, just like we know that the future of our generation is in the hands of the youth. And so there must be a change. And for change to stand, someone must stand out for it. There might be obstacles, yes. But just as we've spoken about leadership, we would not allow any obstacle to stop us. When there is problem, find it out first. Then think on it. Are there possible answers to bring about solution? By the time we get that answers, we list them out and strategize ways for us to get it done. Then we review that answer and ensure that we decide on the step to take. Everyone can be an advocate in our own little corner, just to ensure that change happens. So wherever you are, no matter how little your voice is, speak up for the right thing, stand up for the right and for the truth. If we do that, we can say, indeed, we are advocates. That's my little contribution.
Phenomena, thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. We give this opportunity to recognize the presence of Mr. John Bosco Ifi. Or just that, so people try to share your responsibilities. Once again, we thank you very much for your presence, for embracing this webinar session. Thank you very much for your contribution to Dela as a whole. Thank you very much. So moving ahead, we'll move into the third topic, which is the topic on week 6, which is coaching skills for leaders. So still following our regular pattern by calling some names randomly to convey their thoughts on what they learned on that topic. So let me call on Ruth Onyekwen. Ruth Onyekwen, can you please share your thoughts on week 6 topic? Thank you. Okay, I think Ruth is not on this call, or probably she's having network issues. So let me call on Success or Saguna. Success, are you on this call?
Yes, I am. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Success. We can hear you. Share your thought on week 6 topic.
Okay. I really learned a lot from leadership. Now, I learned that a leader is someone that is always there for his or her team members, irrespective of the situation. A leader is not selfish. A leader is selfless, and he or she is always at the call when he or she is needed. So that's what I got from it. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Let me. Please, can you share your thoughts? Okay.
Well, can you hear me?
Okay, Chuku, go ahead then. No problem. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. Receiving skills for leadership. So
We are talking about topic, which is skills for leaders.
Yes. So in this coaching skills, I learned that coaching skill
is for a leader is not just to give a command, but coaching skill is a way a person help his followers to achieve or get to their goals. It's not to teach them or begin to advise them, but to assist in little ways to help them to achieve their goals. And we saw the mold for these coaching skills. We saw goals. We saw the additives. We also saw options and this and also wheels. And this shows growth. That means a coaching skill has step by step of making people to achieve what they want, to helping people to get to their destination. Just for example, when you want to give someone, when you want to help someone to maybe to make a bag, for instance, you not just come and collect the bag and be doing it by yourself. Rather, you leave those materials for the person and give the person maybe a guideline on how to do it and watch the person when he or she wants to make mistakes, say, see this way. So I learned here that a coaching skill for a leader, a leader needs this skill. Why? Because he or she will know at the point where he doesn't need to just be giving an advice only, but at the point where he has to leave the followers to do some things and direct them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Luchi, for your contribution. In essence, the key point she mentioned is that as leaders, we lead and we direct. Two key words there. Thank you very much, Luchuko, once again. Faith, I don't know if you're back on this call. Can you please share your thoughts?
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Faith Zugwai Bonnet. I'm a graduate from the Kaduna State University, and want to share on what I learned from coaching skills. And first of all, I don't know that like coaching I thought was about someone putting you through, but I get to realize that it's not only about a mentor or a teacher or a leader putting someone through, but also about helping that person. You are not really per se influencing his life directly by giving your own instructions, but you are helping him to bring out to bring out full potential from him, unlocking his own thinking, his own ideas, not necessarily you giving him your own ideas. So according to Sir John Whitmore, I'm quoting him directly, coaching is unlocking a person's potential to maximize their own performance. It is like helping them rather than teaching them. So it's a way to help someone based on his own thinking, based on his own plans, based on his own activities, not necessarily based on your own, based on you imposing yours to him. So that's how like I understood about coaching and about we talk about model of coaching, different model of coaching, and what was how will someone be a coach in a leadership context also. So I learned that for you to be a leader, you must be an advocate, you must also be a coach because you are going to work with so many different types of people. And so because of that, you have to learn how to interact with those people and how to, because everyone is different. So you have to learn and understand them differently to be able to coach each and every one of them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Faith, for your contribution. She made mention of coaching being one of the skills the leader must possess so as to unlock people's potential to improve their performance. Thank you very much. Moving ahead, let me follow them. Is it Caleb? Okay. Okay, I think Ezekiel spoke earlier. Machi Uchi, please can go ahead to share your thoughts on week 6 topic. Machi Uchi, are you on the score? Okay, I think Machi is on the score. And as I can see, you're muted. Is anything you want to say? You spoke earlier, I know. Okay, Adas, I think you can mute yourself then. So we have Kanta. Kanta, please, can you share your thoughts on week 6 topic quickly? Hello, Kanta.
Hello, good evening.
Kanta, next me.
Can I share my thoughts?
Okay, Chidube, you can go ahead then, since Kanta is
You
can go ahead, Chidube.
can go ahead from Amanda to Nigel.
Chidube, you're having network issues. I can barely hear what you're saying.
Okay, can you hear me now?
And I think it's better. Go ahead, please.
I said that students that not teaching but then helping people to it's also different mentoring. That coaching is all about training or the that's true. Like that improve your performance. It's all about long-term process of advising and training. So everyone, I know that every leader also have this coaching skill. Leadership, the leader has to be people oriented. So you also have to think about the followers. So as what you get so you also have to have empathy and also the ability to listen to their various to again bring to take constructive feedback and also not being judgmental because some of the coaches maybe now or okay, but then for you to be a good coach and just your follower. So thank you very much for your opportunity.
Alright, thank you very much, Chidube, for your contribution. One of the key things he said rather was that as a coach, we have to give constructive feedback to your team members and your followers, which is also tied to what the previous speaker said, that we should be able to unlock their potential to improve their performance. So when you're giving constructive feedback, it helps the follower and it helps your team members to grow at the same time. Who I haven't called, okay, Moise Salami, can you go ahead please to share your thoughts? Okay, Moise Salami is not this call. I recognize the presence of an author. You can go ahead please.
Good evening, sir.
You can go.
Good evening, everybody. It's good to be here. My apologies for being late. I had a meeting that I had to coordinate, but thank God I'm here. I can see our mentors on ground. I don't know if they have been recognized. I can see Mentor John Bosco. Good evening, sir. It's good to have you join us. And then I can also see Mentor Tono. Good evening, sir. It's good to also have you join us. I don't know if you have one or two things to say to us concerning the discussion so far. We would love to hear your input or get your input, sir. Mentor John Bosco or Mentor Tono. Anyone can come up first. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to speak again. Based on coaching skills, it would be good for us to recognize what coaching is and who is a coach. Coaching, like some of us have spoken, which are very correct, is related to mentorship, but it's totally different from mentorship. As for mentorship, you can actually mentor someone in absentia. Someone can just look at you and model what you are doing. But for coaching, you have to be practically involved. Let's use the school system, for example. In the university, the lecturers, you can call them instructors. In the secondary school, you can call the teachers you have in the secondary school, you can call them mentors. They have more time for you. But when you go to the kindergarten, the primary school, that is where we have coaches. You see the points where the teacher has to grab the hand of the pupil and then trace that line to get an A, a B, or C, and also help them to color and then guide them to pronounce these words, help them to use the name of animals, the color, the shapes to recognize this. What that teacher is actually trying to do is to coach that pupil into having the memory of these letters and words such a way that when you wake that baby from sleep, he can remember. The teacher is trying to create some kind of image in their mind. That is why you see teachers in primary schools teaching children with songs, rhymes, readings. They give clues. That's what coaching is all about. For a coach, you need to understand that you are attending to a particular task. For example, I'm a digital marketing consultant, and sometimes I teach people various kind of business, like e-commerce, for example. We have some tutorials that will just give you e-commerce. It's very vast, maybe about 8 to 10 videos. You learn how to start to sell. But there are particular videos where we concentrate on a particular topic. This one will just say how to create an image for advertising on Instagram. You see, this is very, very specific. And this is the job of a coach. Now, if you are a coach and you want to have proper coaching programs, you need to get the skills. And number one skill is getting clarity. You need to understand and answer the question, what am I trying to achieve? When you have that in mind, which is the clarity, you bring up more questions by asking yourself, what is the basic challenge of this person that is making this person not to get it? And that means you need to listen to this person. Hey, you are not getting this right. What's your challenge? You have to have a very, very good listening skill, because you need to wait for the person to exhaust all the pains. As a coach, you are going to be like a face aider. You are going to be the first person this person can trust and reach out to help manage the challenges. So you need this person to trust you, and the first way people can trust you is by you listening to them. And after listening to them, you don't judge them. These are very, very important things, because sometimes you might want to ask somebody, but you notice the person is actually shying away, running away. There are things that are making that person run away from you, but not everyone is bold enough to tell you, hey, I like what you did the other time, and that's why I'm staying away from you. But with good coaching skills, even when you do something that the person that is following you, when the person finds it offensive, the person will still be bold and relaxed enough to tell you, hey, coach, you did something the other time, I don't like it. Only someone who trusts you can do that. So you need to first gain clarity. What is the particular thing we want to achieve? 2, what are the basic challenges that is hindering this person from achieving it? 3, make sure you don't judge this person. And one way to make sure someone feels safe is like when we are writing some sales letters, we write it in such a way that the reader will understand that we have been there too. And that is how the person will say, oh, this person must understand me because he has had similar experience. Imagine telling Queen Elizabeth, God rest her soul, imagine telling her that you are drinking brown-colored water because you are coming from a remote place in Nigeria. She may not understand. All she knows were the images. You understand? But when you are telling someone who migrated from the rural area where you normally stay, and is now based in the same UK, he will not be said in resonance, I understand you, and then that person will most likely give you the best solution. So back to the skills, gain clarity, ask relevant questions, do not judge the person. And finally, as a coach, you are not there to give instructions and walk away. You are not there to give assignments and walk away. You are there to give instructions, explain the instructions, do the instructions with the person, evaluate the instruction with the person, do corrections with the person, and repeat it again with the person. You want to be sure that as you are leaving that person, the person will not call you to ask any question. The person will rather call you to learn something new. I believe I have actually spoken a long one here, but I thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Mentor John Bosco. Thank you very much for your contribution and for your powerful talk again. So I leave the floor to Mentor Michel Tono to give us his own contribution as well. Sir, you can go ahead, sir. May I check on Mentor Michel Tono? Sir, are you on this call? Are you still with us? Mentor John Bosco spoke, so you can go ahead to make your contribution, share your thought on topic 6. Oui, Salami.
Well, not really, but I think the point that Mentor John Bosco made are very clear. They are crystal clear. You are not supposed to give a work and then just leave the coachee to him or herself alone. No, you should ensure that whatever instruction is given, you are there to give a guide and make sure that it is well done. So I think he has really hit the nail on the head, and it's well taken, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Israel. On the chat box, I can see a question, and this question is from Faith Bonnet. So I'm going to be relaying this question to our mentor present with us. Sir John Bosco, there's a question from one of the mentees, and the question goes to us: is a coach more closer or intimate than a mentor? Sir, please can you help us do justice to that? Thank you.
Hello, Faith. A coach is closer than a mentor. A coach takes closer look at what you are doing. A mentor is to motivate you, to give you ideas, but a coach gives you the idea, gives you a roadmap, watches you do what he has told you to do, analyzes it and tells you, hey, you have done this well, but this other part, if you have done it in this way, it would have been better. That is the job of a coach. He follows you through the steps until you are good to go. That doesn't mean that the coach will not bring in some strategies of a mentor. A coach will do what a mentor does, but he will go extra mile to ensure that you get it. Okay, let me put it in this way. A mentor is to inspire you to do something. A coach is to help you do that thing. So if it requires him doing an example and tells you, okay, do exactly what I did, and then he gives you a harder one and still watches you do it until he believes that you can do it. That's the job of a coach. He wants to make sure you can do it. I hope I've answered your question.
Thank you very much, Mentor John Bosco. Thank you very much. The key point here is that a coach goes extra mile to ensure you learn and get a coach walk you through what needs to be learned, corrects you, gives you feedback, and ensure you acquire what you need to learn. That was very, very insightful. Thank you very much, Mr. John Bosco. So I'm going to call on Mr. Israel Otta to give a closing remark while we close this session. Mr. Israel, you can go ahead with a closing remark and any announcements that to be made. We can wrap up this session. Manager, Mr. Israel, if you are still on this call. All right.
Hello, can anyone hear me?
Okay, go ahead, please. We can hear you now.
Okay. Our CEO, the global director of Gela, is around in the person of Dr. Favor Ikile. We just want him to say one or two things before we shut down the meeting for today. Dr. Favor, please, can you just say one or two things? I hope he can hear me. I think he just returned from the skill acquisition outreach we had today. So I guess he can hear me. Okay. Quickly, I want to thank and appreciate every one of us. Can we still hear me? Somebody just say something to be proud of.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. We can hear you. Thank you. All right. I want to appreciate everybody that participated in the webinar. I also want to appreciate us for our contribution. I want to appreciate our mentors that were on ground out of their busy schedules, and they were also on ground. Thank you, Mr. John Bosco Ife, and also to our very own Tony. Thank you so much for being part of this webinar. A lot of persons have to do a lot of things or go through a lot of things to be around. Somebody actually sent me a message that her flight may not permit her to be into this webinar, but later sent another message. Her flight was delayed and was able to join us. And I am very happy to know that she was able to join us and part of the webinar. Favor, it's good to have you join us. And I think all things work together for good. Yeah, good evening, sir.
We have finding. I'm back now, and I think we're finding it difficult to hear you. I don't know if that is my own challenge, but
Go ahead, sir. Having network issues as well.
Okay, he's having network issues as well.
I guess he's having issues. But okay, well, you can make use of the chat box. Mr. Isa, you can go ahead.
All right.
Yes,
okay.
So would have the points that use the chat box.
Okay. All right. And I'm also glad to say that a lot of responses have been coming on board concerning the program so far from several of the mentees. And I'm telling you, I'm really excited that we are actually gaining value from being part of the program. A lot of persons are seriously making use of their time, their mentorship time with their mentors, and I can tell you they are getting value for it. Now, let me quickly repeat this. In case you are in this program and all you are doing is just to take the quiz and send snapshots and get 100 over 100 in your quiz, you are actually not maximizing this program. Are we together? I hope I'm making sense. If all you are doing is just to take the quiz and post your reflection, you are actually not maximizing the use of this program. So please try and ensure that you engage your mentors as much as you can. Engage them. Get the best out of them. I don't know why I'm emphasizing this, because I don't see maybe some persons are getting value and some other persons are just there. Please, in case this is your situation, please maximize your time with your mentor. Get the best out of them. Ask them any question you want to ask them that you know will be of great benefit to you. Questions that will make them think, that will make them come up with solutions, that will help you think as well, and that will also put you on your feet. You get? I know I'm speaking like this. So please, make good use of this program so that at the end of the day, you'll be glad that you did. Dr. Favor is back online. I guess he can speak to us if his network is okay.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much, Mr. Israel, and thanks everybody for the patience.
Good evening, sir.
I just came back from our outreach. We've been having a training of young people in Elite City. I had to be present physically for this particular one, and it was really powerful. A lot of people, young people from various parts of the city came. Even elders came around because they wanted to learn web design and also graphics training. So I'm really glad to be here. I want to thank every mentor who came on board. The topic is very interesting. I wish I had some time, so I'm sure that the mentors contributed a lot to the topic. While driving down today, one of the things we talked in the car was the issue of mentorship. People of nowadays, in a way, I always say young people of nowadays, we're actually part of the young people. We're not as if it is the needed statement. The truth is that our generation, we have few persons who actually are patient when it comes to mentorship. You know, a mentor is not your father or your mother that will tell you and enforce certain things that you must do it, you should do it because they know it's very important to you. A mentor is not a coach. A mentor is not a teacher, right? A mentor is a mentor. I'm trying to get the definition of who a mentor is, so you don't have certain expectations from the mentor and believe and have that ownership mentality and believe that because you are assigned to a mentor's responsibility is to make sure you get everything right. So when I got in fact, some of the mentors I've benefited from right now, I met them visually. We've never met physically anywhere, right? One of them, though, we met online, and then physically with them had to meet about 1 year or two after that visual meeting. So what West Africa Foreign Mentorship Program is providing you the visual mentorship platform. Don't take it for granted. A lot of opportunities. The first time I had an appearing to speak in the United Nations Information Center, and the United Nations Information Center event in Nigeria to contribute to a session that was ongoing was via a visual mentor that linked me up. And I found myself, I appeared into a group and I was contributing. He just introduced me and like, this young person he just called my name, people, what contribution do you have? I was on my hot seat. I have to contribute. If I have nothing up there, I will be stammering. And the kind of people that were there, they were very top people. And secondly, what I'm trying to say there for that first point is that you gain a lot from visual mentors. Access to scholarships, access to fully funded opportunities, even funding. Some mentors that I have not met, I've never put my mouth to request for funds from them, which is actually not ideal. Anyway, it's not ideal. But then they see the work I'm doing, they see that it's genuine. And over the years, close to 4 years, they trusted me. And when they see that, okay, we are doing an outreach, they want to be part of it as a partner. And sometimes they are willing to say, okay, my organization will want to partner with your organization to make sure this program is successful. I don't know if you understand my point. So you don't request for funding for mentors. It's wrong, right? It takes a mentor to cross from being a mentor to close the gap before they start seeing the need to say, let me support this person. Now, I give a conclusion on the issue of mentorship. I attended a program where the SSC, Senior Special Assistant to the Government of my state then was present. I was a participant. I was not even the host of the event. She came up, she was on ground, and after the program, I rushed out. I had done my homework. I know how to network with anybody. Like, I attended training while I was in school. I wasn't just a regular student that was attending classes. I knew how. So when I got to that conference, I knew what to do. I just did the steps and everything worked fine. I snapped my picture and did apply the 24 hours rule. And I'm just trying to cut the story short. The truth is that it took me about 1 year and 6 months for the SFA to even respond to my messages. So you need patience with your mentor. You need consistency with your mentor. Imagine I'm someone that just give up. I just complain. I message my mentor no respond to me. What does it think is? You just feel that kind of. You may not say it out, but in your mind, you're just thinking like you think your mentor is now. Do you understand me? So I'm close to about a year and 6 months before she started even seeing me as someone that was serious. I was only sending happy new message, wishes, good wishes. Because nobody will get good wishes. Like I said, good wishes every time. Congratulations, thank you so much, Mark. You're inspiring me. I saw your work, I saw your program, I see what you're doing. Mark, thank you so much. She will not respond. Like, just continue. But even the point in time she started saying this guy has something in mind. He's trying, he's doing something, he's working. I will send it. Now this is very important. But probably the second key point I want to bring out. Share your success stories with your mentor. Don't expect them to ask you. Share it with them. Man, we just organized, my organization just organized a program and we impacted 200 people. And this is the report, this is the video, this is everything. We're actually looking forward to inviting you for one of our programs as one of the guest speakers. She will not come. But for many things, she will not come. But yet, she's seen that this guy is a person that is doing something. Do you understand? And all of a sudden, to cut the long story short, a point came that she invited me to her office. I came, that was the place I had to visit government house office. Now, severally, she was not inviting me. I went to the office like close to 3 or 4 times. Up to the point that even the security men, the people in the office, like, you're Gela, welcome. They now recognized me to some extent. And then we were holding there was a program that was held in the state. The governor was invited to come. And then I got a letter. I just got a call. Hello, Favor, are you in town? Are you in town? Yes, I'm in town. There's a program that's holding a government house. I want you to come. I'm sending you a letter as a guest. Wow, I'm shocked. Don't just come with 2 members of the organization. Wow, I just penned down 2 members of my organization that I'm in Benin. 2 are members of my admin that are in Benin. And like we went to that conference, they was still good. They captured me on television that day. And like it was really nice. And then when we were snapping picture with, because we were expecting the governor eventually come. All the special assistants and commissioners were on ground. So they were supposed to snap pictures with all the commissioners. Guess what? The PRO said, me, and my organization, Favor, and my admin members, I should join them. And I was the only non-official that was allowed or permitted to snap pictures with those SSAs and commissioners. I treasure that picture. I get that picture in my files. Do you understand? I'm just trying to tell you how relationship can build over the years. And then I was doing my internship, my what do you call it now? I was done with school, right? There's something we do after school for medical student induction. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I just shared the picture with my that's why share your stories with them. I'm doing my induction ceremony. They don't inform me of my induction. I don't expect her to come fine because she might not be very busy. Not to show you that I just graduated with this. I'm so thank God for everything. So like then I was shocked that she was able to send me money for my induction to support my induction. Can you imagine? So relationship with the time. I did not start the relationship with asking money. I like pay how many years. Look at the time it took for them to verify me. Do you understand my point? So just mentorship takes time and it has consistency. And I can go on a lot to tell you about what mentorship has done for me. And that's the passion I've made to build the West African Foreign Mentorship Program. That's the truth. And if you are in this program and you're not maximizing mentorship, you're actually losing out. Most of the things I've gotten as a person is a result of mentorship. So build a West African mentorship program for young people from West African origin to also benefit from mentorship. Right? I can list up to 100 stories that I've gained from mentors. And most of the big mentors that have helped me, they are not really mentors that are in my school, or mentors that are in my church, or mentors that are seeing me every day. They are strangers. And that's one principle you realize. Even Elamo said it, that a stranger would most likely help you compared to someone that knows you. Right? So thank you so much, everyone. And I hope you learned a few things.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Pivo. Wow, I was touching. Mr. Isra, you can go ahead with the closing remarks so we can wrap up this session. I think Mr. Mitchell, the floor is yours. You can just say 1 or 2 to the mentees and just your contribution before we end the session. Thank you for your presence.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I had some emergency here. That's why I couldn't join you. And I trust you are doing well. So since time has beaten us, I just want to encourage each one of the mentees here today. The West African Foreign Mentorship is a ROI program and platform you can join to equip yourself with the 21st century skills for your employment and also your business. So that's what I've been telling to my mentees. We are ready to equip you with that leadership skills you are having in zeal to, help your community through advocacy and also your career prospect and good courage, and continue to learn more and connect with your mentors. We are ready to help you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mitchell Tony. Once again, we appreciate you gracing our occasion with your presence. Um, Thank you very much for all you've done for Gela. Mr. Israel, please go ahead and help us close the session. Hello, Mr. Israel. We can see that you are speaking, but we can't hear you.
Okay. Closing this session, I want to say that I'm beyond this section. Are you serious? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Oh, thank God, they can hear me now. Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Now I just said.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, the platform provides an opportunity for us to develop ourselves, which is very key for every one of us. Now, beyond this platform, it's important to also source out other avenues to keep developing ourselves. Now, the world looks at you and expect that you develop yourself. They don't expect that they will come and teach you. No, it's your responsibility to keep developing yourself in whatever area or capacity that you desire to do better. I was reading a book today and the 21st century business, and something like that the writer was trying to point to us. So you should take the bull by the horn and ensure that you develop yourself. I don't know if we started with prayer, but I want to end the session with a closing prayer. Father, we thank you for the opportunity to work on ourselves, to develop ourselves, and to learn from others whom you have engraced with wisdom to help us. We appreciate you. We do not take this for granted. We ask that the things that we are learning, we'll put them into practice. We'll be practitioners of the things that we are learning in this program so that our lives can become better. Thank you, precious Father. In Jesus' mighty name, we have prayed. To have a lovely weekend.
Amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Israel, for the
Thank you, sir.
everyone for coming. Special thanks to the mentors and super thanks as well. Do have a lovely evening.
Thank you, everyone. This is Joshua from
everyone.
the Galactic team. Thank you all for attending. You have a great weekend.
Okay, thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Good night, Devin. Have a wonderful weekend.